This is the story of how Allied pilots did the impossible. They were ordered to fly over the Himalayas ... with no maps. The year is 1942. The war in the Pacific is a disaster. The Imperial Japanese Army has conquered Burma. In doing so, they have cut off the legendary Burma Road. This was the last, vital land route to China. China, a crucial ally, is now completely isolated. They are on the verge of collapsing. The Allies are facing a catastrophic failure. President Roosevelt makes a desperate, unprecedented decision. If they cannot supply China by land ... they will supply it by air. This meant flying over the roof of the world, a 500-mile uncharted nightmare of mountain peaks. The pilots who flew this route gave it a simple name: the Hump. This was not a standard flight path. It was a suicidal mission. The pilots were given C-46 and C-47 cargo planes. These planes were unpressurized. They were not designed to fly this high. The mountains, like Kanchenjunga, were higher than their planes could climb. They had to weave through dark, narrow passes. But the greatest enemy was the weather. The Hump had the most violent, unpredictable weather on Earth. Monstrous thunderstorms would appear in seconds. The turbulence was so severe, it was known to snap wings off. Ice would build up on the fuselage in minutes. This ice would drag the overloaded planes down into the abyss. The pilots were flying in sub-zero temperatures. They were breathing through primitive oxygen masks, and they were flying completely blind. There were no reliable maps of the Himalayas. The area was a blank spot on the globe. There were no radio beacons to guide them. Their magnetic compasses spun wildly, useless. Worse, they discovered something new, a terrifying river of air, moving at 150 miles per hour. They had accidentally discovered the jet stream. This wind could throw a plane hundreds of miles off course. Or worse, slam it backwards into a mountain they never saw. Japanese fighter planes also hunted them, but the pilots said the Japanese were the least of their worries. So how did they do it? How did they navigate with no maps and no guides? The answer is horrifying. They followed the dead. The route became known by a grim nickname: the Aluminum Trail. So many planes had crashed into the mountains ... that their wreckage littered the passes. New pilots learned to navigate by the glint of the sun. They were following the sun, reflecting off the aluminum ... of the planes of their fallen comrades. This was their only map. It was a path marked by sacrifice. The cost was staggering. Over 600 aircraft were lost. More than 1,600 airmen died on that route. But the impossible mission succeeded. They flew 24 hours a day, in all weather. They delivered over 650,000 tons of supplies. This lifeline kept China in the war. It was an act of pure courage. A route flown not with maps, but with guts, and paid for in aluminum and blood.